The Legend of the Sun and Moon. In the heart of a great cathedral, a tall window tells a story in light. The first panel shows a world divided. On one side, bathed in brilliant gold and fiery orange, the noble lion Leonis ruled the day. He and his creatures believed the night was a cold, empty place, a shadowy void filled with unknown fears that was best left alone. Their days were full of bright sun and loud, cheerful sounds. The other side of the panel glows with the deep, serene colors of midnight. Here, under a silver moon and a blanket of shimmering stars, lived the creatures of the night, led by the clever lamb, Agnes. Her fleece was as white as a moonbeam. They whispered that the day was a harsh, glaring world, too bright to see and too loud to think, a place of blinding heat. For ages, twilight was a border of mistrust between them. The creatures of the sun feared the silent wings of the owl and the shadowy form of the fox. The creatures of the moon feared the mighty roar of the lion and the sharp talons of the eagle. Neither side dared to cross into the other's world, and so they lived as strangers, sharing one land but never sharing a single moment. But a strange stillness began to creep over the land. The sun-loving flowers grew pale and listless, for the night-flying moths no longer visited them in the dark. The moon-ripened fruits on the vines began to wither, for the busy bees of the day never came to pollinate their blossoms. The land was growing weak, starved of the gifts that each side offered the other. Leonis, whose heart was as strong and true as the sun itself, saw the growing weakness in his kingdom. He knew that a king's roar could not command a flower to grow. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows, he did the unthinkable. He walked toward the border of night, his great form a silhouette of courage against the dying light. He was not looking for a fight, but for an answer. In the deep of the night, Agnes saw the stars reflected in the worried eyes of her friends. She knew that quiet wisdom was needed now, not just quiet watchfulness. As the first hint of dawn touched the sky, she too did the unthinkable. She walked toward the growing light, her small, white form a beacon of hope against the fading darkness, seeking a solution. At the shimmering, magical seam of twilight, where day and night hold hands, the great lion and the small lamb met. The world seemed to hold its breath. Leonis was amazed by the lamb's steady, intelligent gaze, and Agnes was surprised by the gentle sorrow in the lion's powerful eyes. They saw not an enemy, but another leader burdened by the same sadness. "Our world is fading," Leonis said, his voice a low rumble of concern. "The sun alone is not enough to keep it alive," Agnes replied, her voice clear and calm in the quiet air. "And the moon alone is not enough. We have been living as two separate worlds, when we are meant to be one." They agreed that their people must learn to share the twilight, to work together and heal the land. The next panel shines with renewed life. It shows a world made whole. Moths with dusty, moon-colored wings dance with bright, sun-colored bees in gardens that bloom at dusk. Leonis and Agnes stand together on a high hill, watching over a land where the fox and the hound drink from the same stream, and all creatures live in harmony. And so, the window in the cathedral glows with this truth, that courage and wisdom, strength and cleverness are meant to work together. When the sun shines through the glass, the story of the lion and the lamb fills the air with colored light, reminding everyone that peace makes the world more beautiful than it could ever be alone.